Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you my favorite Thanksgiving side recipes. We are entering that holiday season,
so I'm going to hop right into it with the vegan mac and cheese. I'm adding 1 container of this dairy-free evaporated milk. They sell this on Amazon, but if you don't have this, don't worry about it. You can use coconut milk and you can use regular dairy-free milk. So just add about 2 cups into a saucepan. So I found this cream cheese cheddar block at Whole Foods and it tasted so good I decided to put it in the mac and cheese. If you can't find this, that's fine. You can just use an entire bag of dairy-free cheddar cheese. I like the Daiya shredded cheese, and they also have the blocks. You can also add some regular cream cheese or dairy-free plain yogurt to make it extra creamy. I'm just going to let this cook on medium heat until it's all melted and creamy, and I'm adding half a bag of this Daiya cheddar cheese shreds. I have my pre-cooked elbow macaroni noodles, and now I'm seasoning it with some seasoned salt, some garlic powder, and some black pepper. And I'm adding some more cheese shreds. And I'm just going to pour the sauce over the top. I just poured half of the sauce and then mixed it up, added some more cheese, and then poured the remaining cheese on top. I covered it with foil and baked it at 350 for about 30 minutes. Next, I'm making an apple sage sausage and cornbread stuffing. So I'm using my favorite cornbread mix. This is the Jiffy vegetarian one, my favorite. And I'm adding this to a bowl. I added 1 tablespoon of egg replacer. This is my favorite egg replacer. Honestly, I realized you didn't really need to add it because it's going to get all crumbled up anyway. I added 1/4 cup of dairy-free butter. I used Earth Balance and 2/3 cups of water. And the remaining butter I just spread over a pan so it can be nice and buttery on the bottom. You can make this as healthy as you want, but I'm going all in because it's Thanksgiving and I want this to be enjoyable for everyone. I'm taking about 2 tablespoons of butter and I'm adding 4 stalks of chopped celery, 1 diced yellow onion, a half a red pepper, and a half a green pepper diced. Let that cook down. I removed it from the pan and now I'm going to dice up the smoked apple sage sausage. This sausage by Field Roast is so good. I've had it plenty of times before, so I know it's going to be so great in this stuffing. So I cut it into little circles and then I cut it into quarters, into little pieces like this. I added some more dairy-free butter to the skillet and I'm letting the sausage brown all around. Once it's like this, it's perfect. Then you can add the peppers, onions, and celery back in. I'm adding a half teaspoon of fresh rosemary, 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme, and I ended up adding 3 tablespoons of ground sage, a half teaspoon of sea salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. I also added 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Now I'm taking 4 slices of stale whole wheat bread, and in order to dry this out, because you want your bread to be dried out, I just took it and put it inside of the toaster. Some people let it sit out overnight, but it's not necessary. It's much easier if you just put it into the toaster. And I just broke them into chunks. Now I'm adding the cornbread and the peppers and onion mixture into the bowl. And now I'm going to add the veggie broth. Now, being that my cornbread is still hot, I don't need to add so much veggie broth. I added about 2 cups. If your cornbread is drier, of course you're going to want to add more vegetable broth, but my cornbread is pretty moist, so not much was needed. So I'm just adding a little bit and mixing it up, then adding a little bit more, mixing it up. And like I said, I think I added about 2 cups. But I'm really going by the texture of it. You want it to be moist, but not too wet. Like kind of like you can put it in your hands and roll it into a ball. And at this point, you want to taste it and Add some more seasonings if you need to. I added some more sea salt, some garlic powder, pepper, and I also added a little bit of Cajun seasoning to it. Add a little bit of oil into a baking dish, and I'm adding my stuffing, and I baked this at 375 for about 20 to 30 minutes. So here is the gardein stuffed turkey. I always wanted to try this, so what better time than to try it now. So I put this into the oven, and while that was cooking, I made a gravy because you can't have Thanksgiving without gravy. I'm adding 2 cups of vegetable broth into a saucepan, a half teaspoon of garlic powder, a half teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and 1/4 cup of flour. You can also use cornstarch. I'm adding some fresh herbs, some thyme, some rosemary.
So this is the gardein holiday roast. It's nice and golden brown. So I'm going to plate everything, and then I'm going to do a taste test. Okay, so everything is finished and smells amazing. I have a different shirt on. I had to change it. So I have my stuffing here, the gardein turkey roast. I made some collard greens. Well, it's actually not collard greens, it's kale. Made it a few days ago, so I will put the link above if you want this recipe. I always have collard greens and kale on Thanksgiving. And mac and cheese. Okay, so I'm going to try the gardein turkey roast first because I never tried this before. So it is meaty looking and has a stuffing inside as well. It definitely tastes like turkey. It has the same flavors like sage and rosemary. I put the gravy on top too. The gravy's pretty good. It's good. They're small though. These 2 small, tiny little roasts. But hey, it's good enough for 2 people. If you need like a meat substitute and you don't want to make your own. The texture is like a vegan chicken nugget. Okay, now for the stuffing. My favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner. If you don't have cornbread stuffing on Thanksgiving Day, then it's just not complete. It's not Thanksgiving to me. That's the number one thing I look forward to. That's really good. The apple sage sausage really gives it the extra kick. Because the sausage already has those flavors that are very Thanksgiving-y. Yummy. I normally don't eat. Well, my mom doesn't normally put sausage inside of the stuffing. Just like peppers and onions and stuff. This is my first time trying it. I just thought that it would work because the fillet roast sausage is really good. And it does. Now for the mac and cheese. Ooh. So good. The thing about mac and cheese, you can make it however you want. I've already made it so many different times. You can use the vegan evaporated milk. You can use cheddar cheese. You can add cream cheese in it or plain yogurt to make it creamier. This is really good. Really good meal. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching today's video. Let me know in the comments your favorite Thanksgiving sides and recipes. Let me know if there's anything you want me to make. If you make any of these recipes, feel free to tag me at 9momsofitness on Twitter or on Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm not getting enough of this stuff.